on 8 out of 10 Cats, Little Britain's Got Talent, David Walliams. Best of Britain, Fern Britain. And their team captain, Jason Manford. And facing them tonight, hooray for Holly Walsh. Not just an in-betweener, Greg Davies. And their team captain, John Lott. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, the average sofa will witness 300 arguments, over 1,000 cuddles and 1,500 spillages? An argument that leads to a cuddle that leads to a spillage. That is a great Saturday night in. Only 20% of us can remember the name of the first person we kissed. I can't believe anyone could forget the name Arkayla. The average golfer spends £2,000 a year on their hobby. No wonder, with so little money left over, they have to steal their clothes from the bins behind the circus. It's a joke about golfers dressing like pimps. And, according to research, the average household eats 8.4 kilograms of sausages a year. Surely that's bollocks. And, of course, lips and arseholes and eyelids. But mainly bollocks. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Jason, David, Fern, what have the nation been talking about?
Go on, Dave.
They've been talking about a footballer called either Terry John or John Terry.
No one is quite sure.
No. And what he's done is he's had sex with a lady.
It's like most of these sort of stories. I read them and I think, I've got my own problems. Do you know what I mean? I read it, I thought to myself, like the radiator in our bathroom won't turn off, so it's dead on. It's really hot all the time.
It does seem bizarre how big it... I mean, it's just been absolutely...
Both.
Everywhere, yeah.
Both.
And he tried to get a gagging order, didn't he? But she said she wasn't into the kinky stuff. Fern, you're a married woman. What do you think of John Terry's antics?
Well, I think that she knew that that's what he does.
Do you think he's a role model? That's the thing. That's what they keep going, don't they? They keep going, he's not a role model. And I think, hold on, he's on 170 grand a week and he shagged a French underwear model. He's a role model.
I mean, it's just, he's done a terrible thing and it was my husband, I'd kill him and all of that stuff. But it is the World Cup year and I think we're all hoping... After the World Cup...
Hang on. If you listen carefully, you can hear Emmeline Pankhurst turning in her grave.
I feel sorry for that girl, although she did allegedly sleep with a number of the Chelsea... Like, how many footballers do you have to have sex with before you become an official mascot? Let's see.
In my case, it was 6.
Well, they're kicking off anecdote about him, like, losing the England captaincy. And, but you're like, well, who are you going to give it to? Who else is it? You're going to give it to Steven Gerrard? Steven Gerrard, he punched the DJ the other week. Then you've got Wayne Rooney. He likes to have a little play with grannies every so often, you know.
He didn't know they were grannies, did he? To be fair. In Liverpool, a granny's about 38.
The only reason I think we should question whether he should play for England at all is that he has had sex with so many women, and apparently, something I read, he had sex with somebody on crutches in a toilet.
Yeah.
If he'll have sex with anyone, and what I'm concerned about, in terms of his football career, is he'll be running down towards goal, and maybe the wind will blow, and a linesman will show a little bit too much leg, and Terry will be on him like a tiger, pumping him full of his evil seed.
But also, if you want to have sex with someone in a toilet, it's much more room to have sex with someone in a disabled toilet. So someone with crutches gets the front of the queue.
Yeah. Think on, Terry.
They're all right, them disabled toilets. You've got all them handles and that, so you can do, you know, and then... you know, a little CD player and some candles and that. It's quite romantic.
Candles?
Yeah, candles.
I've never been in one with candles.
No, you've got to bring your own candles, you weirdo.
Sean, you're a Chelsea fan. Yeah. Does it annoy you?
I can't really comment on it because, as they say, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, you know? I mean, the reason I mean, it's not quite the same as John Terry, but I was round a friend of mine's house and he had to go to pick something up from the post office, you know, like you do with those cards, and while he was out, I had a bite of his toast. Let's come out now.
What you don't know is that 4 other people on this panel also had a bite of that toast, so...
I had my bite in a disabled toilet.
To be honest, if he comes back from South Africa with the World Cup, I think he can sleep with most of our missuses. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone will have any
I think if he comes back from South Africa the World Cup, he'll have nicked it.
Let's have a look and see whether John Terry is one of the most talked about things this week. Of course he is, of course. Yes, the tabloids have reported that John Terry cheated on his wife with a teammate's girlfriend. Vanessa Peroncel fell for Terry when she first saw his tackle, and she loved it when he got it in the box. She was amazed by his ball control, especially when she saw him dribble around the goal mouth. And then shoot and score. She was incredibly impressed that he could shoot not once, not twice, but 3 times in 90 minutes, and she loved it when they changed ends at half-time. But what really impressed her was when he'd finished playing football, he took her home and fucked her. OK, Sean, Holly and Greg, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Is it Kraft? Kraft have bought Cadbury's, the big American cheese manufacturing company, have bought our English chocolate company. It's a sorry state of affairs. Pretty much every English business is now in foreign hands. Soon, there'll just be, like, fishermen's friends left. No one's going to buy that, are they?
They're not going to mix the cheese and the chocolate together, though, are they? They're not going to...
Oh, I hope so.
It's not like a Cadbury's...
I hope so.
Cadbury's, like, cream cheese egg.
Yeah.
Something like that. It tastes better, actually, to be honest.
Pint and a half of Dairy Lee go into every bar.
Whisper will definitely change, because they can't fucking whisper, can they, Americans? And they can't say curly-whirly, can they? Try saying curly-whirly in an American accent.
Curly-whirly.
Curly-whirly.
I want a curly-whirly.
It works.
Curly-whirly.
I love the curly-whirlies.
Yeah.
It works. I like it better now.
Do you? You're really stupid.
Yeah.
No, but I tell you who's going to suffer the worst, the Oompa Loompas. They haven't got transferable skills.
That's it.
I've heard that Cadbury's have got their own town. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Apparently White Lightning Cider have got their own town. No houses, just a river of piss.
I think White Lightning's town is Glasgow. Let's have a look and see whether Kraft's takeover of Cadbury's is one of the most talked about things this week. It is. Yes, this is the news that American company Kraft has completed its takeover of Cadbury's. This time next year, the workforce will be half the size, or as Kraft are calling it, fun size. Cadbury's share price soared for a few minutes, then crashed and felt a bit depressed, and then reached for another dairy milk and felt much better. Josephine, again, what else have the nation been talking about?
Well, I've been very interested to hear about Jordan and getting married to Alex.
Alex something. I never thought there would be 2 people who were 2 dacking down market to get married in Vegas.
It is extraordinary, isn't it? I imagine the Elvis Presley impersonator that married them went, "This is bad. This is a new low."
They didn't write their own vows, but they did do some colouring in.
You're engaged, David. What do you think about Vegas?
Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I think if the mood is romantic, then you can get married anywhere.
That's lovely, that.
Oh,
Disabled toilet with some, like, candles and that.
Is she Jordan or Katie Price now? Because I remember she was Jordan and then she went, "No, I'm a bit classy now, I'm Katie Price." But now she's married a cage fighter.
I think
I'm
she's gone
suspicious.
back.
She's back to the...
I'm interested in...
Boobs and that.
Well, who isn't?
Tell us
you know,
more.
they are. They're
Tell us more.
fascinating.
I love them.
There you are.
I think that's why he married her. When he can't get to the gym, he can just go...
I just can't believe I found myself going, oh, they've got married the other day. Oh, they've got married. And when I sat down and thought about it, I'm as interested in them getting married as I am in watching a dog being repeatedly kicked in the balls. And then the dog being sick and then being kicked in the balls. So it's just That's actually how interested I am in it.
That sounds interesting, though.
Not the last, is it?
I think it might.
No. The only man that's going to be in her life forever is an ITV2 cameraman. Let's face it.
I think it's quite sweet, though. I think it's a sweet story.
In a weird way, she's quite romantic,
Yeah,
isn't
I think
she?
so. Like she said, I love Alex because I can feel 100% myself around him, which is weird because she's only 87% herself. So.
Did you hear his mum said that Alex had met his intellectual equal in Jordan?
His own mother says that.
Who needs enemies, eh?
Well, she's the one that dropped him on his head.
Jordan has also said that this time she's married for love. I think, what did she marry Peter Andre for? His singing ability? What?
That's so hurtful.
It is hurtful, yes.
That's very hurtful. Peter's a very nice
Peter's very nice,
person.
yeah. A bit simple, but nice, yeah.
But it's changed now, Alex, hasn't it? Because Stephen Baldwin helped him find God in the Big Brother house. I thought, these Big Brother tasks are getting a bit hard.
How did he find him?
He found God. He was in the diary room. And we met Stephen Baldwin last week, of course. Well, I can't help thinking, if he's going to heaven, I might leave it.
Do you think they really have got married, though? Do you think... Because Jordan is a bit of a tricker?
No. She's an honest girl. She's worried, I think. I think that's why. She's worried, because not only is she having to compete with him for who's the most famous, but she's having to compete for who's the most orange. And now with all these unemployed Oompa Loompas knocking about, she's knackered.
Oh, right, let's have a look and see whether Katie Price marrying Alex Reid is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, this is the news that Katie Price has married Alex Reid in a secret ceremony in Las Vegas. It was a secret ceremony with just the sun, the star, the mirror, OK, hello, grazia, He'd Take a Break, TV Quick and Puzzler magazine present. Winning Celebrity Big Brother and marrying Jordan, Alex Reid can't remember a more exciting week or the last 3 digits of his telephone number. Join us after the break when we'll be finding out what else is in our top 5. Welcome back. We're trying to guess the most talked about things this week. OK, Sean's team to guess. What else has the nation been talking about?
What about MP's expenses?
They've all been told today that they have to pay back, like, is it £80 million?
No.
£800 million?
A million.
No, £80.
£80.
I think I'd be a lot more sympathetic to MPs if they claim for things like problem hair shampoo.
Or if they were just honest and claimed for, like, a rent boy and a gimp mask. You go, fine, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I can explain that. I'm a Lib Dem.
They rarely give receipts.
What, rent boys? I'm sure...
I mean, not on, they'll write a quick one, but not an official
Not
one.
like
Heading note paper.
like a proper paying-in book.
Yeah. One man, he claimed MP, he claimed for a duck island. No, ducks can swim, they don't need an island.
Yeah, that was the problem with that.
Yeah, it's like buying a ladder for a magpie, isn't it?
Or an
Mental, isn't it?
Or an aqualung for his koi carp. You know, there's all sorts of things.
Yeah. Well, this could go on and on.
Or like a spade for a worm. Or it's like buying... Wait a minute. No. I'll come back to you.
So, Fern, it transpired last week that you were the foremost political journalist of our times. That interview with Tony Blair, you got him to admit more than the inquiry.
Yeah.
You got Tony Blair to admit that he would go in regardless of weapons of mass destruction.
Yes. I think I was the only person who thought to ask that question. Actually, would you still go in if you knew there were no WMDs? And he went, yes, but I'd have to think of a different argument.
Nice.
And then he shared his recipe for lemon meringue pie.
He did. And we did some soft furnishings.
Have you met loads of politicians, Fern?
Yes.
Have you met George Osborne?
No. Oh, this is like the Chilcot Inquiry. Go on, give me another.
I'd just like to... I don't know. I've never actually seen George Osborne, because if he's on telly for, like, for 1 second, I react in the same way as when I see a cat shitting on my lawn. I just go, hey, hey, shit! Get out of it! Go on! Go on!
Your life is just full of naughty animals.
No, but they've got till the end of the month to pay it back, haven't they?
They've got to the end of the
They
month,
haven't got long, which means my MP has had to get a second job in order to pay back her expenses. So she's got a job as a cleaner, so I've had to hire her. And ironically, I get to claim that back as an expense, so...
I'd love to hire my MP. I don't even know who my MP is.
Why don't you Google it?
I should Google it.
Yeah. Have a little Google. Have a little Google. We'll talk amongst ourselves. You have a little Google. Jimmy, will you Google me while you're there as well?
It says you're engaged to a girl. That can't be right, can it?
It's like getting a sunbed for an Oompa Loompa.
OK, let's have a look and see whether MPs' expenses are one of the most talked about things. Yes, this is the news that MPs have been told to repay £1.1 million worth of expenses. With its upper and lower houses, archaic terminology and ancient rules, it can be difficult to understand how Parliament actually works. But if you imagine a pig fucking another pig while stealing everything it can get its piggy little hands on and stuffing its piggy pig face with stolen pig food, it all becomes a little bit clearer. OK, fingers on buzzers, one more thing to get. What else did the nation be talking about? David?
President Obama has discontinued moon landings, which is very bad news for clangers. I'm lonely up there.
They're not stopping everyone.
Drill for a woodpecker. Sorry, Holly, it just came to me. I just had to get it out.
Go on, Holly.
No, I was just saying they're not stopping everything, because they're still going to keep the idea of, you know, private travellers into space.
Space tourism and that.
Yeah, space tourism, that's going to...
Stelios, he's going to do easy orbit. He doesn't actually take you to the moon, he takes you to the other side and you've got to get a bus over the other side.
Did we ever go to the moon?
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you know?
Because they told us and they showed us.
Well, I know, but you know how satellites can read a newspaper of a man walking along the street in Hawaii?
Oh, yeah.
Why can't we see the flag and the tyre marks and the golf ball and everything they've left up there? And somebody said to me, oh, because it's on the dark side. Well, it's not one... Is there one side that's always dark that we never see?
I think it's really sweet that you think any of us six are going to be able to answer that question.
To be honest, there was only three people who actually went there, so they could have come home and just said anything they wanted. When somebody goes, yeah, but how come the flag is waving but there's no wind on the moon? They go, yeah, there is wind. Just do it. There is wind on the moon. Oh, there isn't. You go, have you been? No. Well, shut the fuck up then.
Well, I can tell you, Obama cancelling the moon mission is not one of the most talked about things.
Fuck's sake.
I'm glad.
It's not one of the most talked about there, but this is the news that Barack Obama has cancelled plans for a manned mission to the moon. We shouldn't scoff. The nearest Britain's got to a space programme is the Oblivion ride at Alton Towers. In America, they're called astronauts. In Russia, they're called cosmonauts. And in Britain, they're called balloonists. OK, fingers on buzzers. One more thing. Oh, yes.
Oh, the Pope, the cheeky, interfering Pope, he's coming over to Britain and he's criticised the Equality Bill. He said it's an infringement of religious freedom. Basically, he's saying he doesn't like the extension of gay rights and equality for women. That's what he said. He's interfering. I don't think anyone should take any notice of him. You know, those are the laws in this country. I go to America. I don't like the death penalty, you know, but I still go there. I don't expect to change it. You know, I think the Pope should just shut the fuck up.
No, the Pope doesn't approve of homosexuality unless it's between a consenting adult and a choir boy. Then it's all right.
If anything, gay people should be priests because, essentially, what is confession other than a bit of a gossip? You know what I mean? They'd be good at it. They love a bit of a gossip.
Fern, would you like to interview the Pope?
No, I wouldn't want to interview the Pope.
Why wouldn't you interview him?
No.
Is there a bit of history?
Yes.
He cancelled last minute on This Morning once.
But I think you're right, though. When you're saying about the paedophile priests, I mean, how come they are treated with some kind of clemency? That's what I would ask him about, yes.
Why start going and oh, we don't want gay people doing this? You go, well, why don't you get people to stop bumming choir boys first?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't start going around to the neighbours going, can you sort your garden out if my house is on fire?
Yes. Exactly.
Sort your own house out first.
Yes.
It'd freak him out, though, if you did, wouldn't it?
It would.
Say, your clematis is coming over my fence. You'd be going, your house. Go, never mind about that.
OK, let's have a look and see if it's up there. Yes, this is the news that the Pope has attacked plans for new equality laws in Britain. The thing to remember about Pope Benedict XVI is that as boss of every Catholic priest in the world, he is effectively king of the pedos. So those were the most talked about stories this week. But in other news, the Oscar nominations have been announced. Guy Ritchie's film Sherlock Holmes has been nominated for Best Art Direction, which is another way of saying it is possible to take a nice picture of a turd. Stevie Wonder is to headline Glastonbury. Good news for the crowd, bad news for a performer with an acute sense of smell. And the first 3D Premier League football match has been shown on TV. I watched the Chelsea game in 3D with my girlfriend. At one point, John Terry tried to fuck her. So at the end of that round, Sean, Holly and Greg have 3 points. Jason, David and Fern have 2 points. So our next round is Pick of the Polls. Jason, David and Fern, your turn first. What do you like the look of?
We'll go for this one who looks like he's in Baywatch.
You've picked the man sitting by the pool. Here is a clip of him in action.
Before you start watching my video, I just want to say a few words. It's just a demo. I'm not trying to be anybody that I'm not. I'm just a middle-class guy trying to express myself.
I'm not the typical rapper that you'll meet. I don't live in a box, nor was I raised on the street. Just because I'm not from the project doesn't mean that I can write million-dollar checks. I get up every morning and make my own bed. I'm down to earth, I don't have a big head. I have to work hard every day if I want the money to go out and play.
Yeah, that was what rap music would sound like if I did it. This average homeboy at Denny Blaze. And apparently that was found in the drawer of someone at MTV when they moved offices. OK, your question. In a poll to find the best thing about the 80s, the Rubik's Cube came second. What came top?
Top of the
Disco
Pops.
dancing, Top of the Pops, Dallas.
Seeing Boy George on Top of the Pops and thinking, oh, there's a career I could nick.
One of the best things about the 80s is we didn't have all those let's bring back shows from the 80s shows. Shitty shows. They go, let's get them all back together again. They were just on. Best thing about the 80s?
It was Karen Powell.
Karen Powell?
Yeah.
Who was she?
It's the girl I got off with. She let me do everything.
Jimmy,
Yes.
can you give us a clue?
I can give you a bit of a clue. Yeah, it was a televisual event for most people.
Oh! Live Aid! Live Aid!
I'm going to claim for that. I'm going to look a right dick on the claim form, aren't I? How did the injury happen? I just got hit by someone being a bit overly camp. You just like that skin because it's like the ball bag skin, don't you?
It's Live Aid, Jimmy.
That's the right answer. The right answer. Yes, in a poll to find the best thing about the 80s, Live Aid came top. Who can forget the haunting skeletal face, the dirty rags, the flies around the mouth. Bob Geldof could have had a bath. Sean, Holly, Greg, what do you like the look of?
The alien thing.
You want the Holly? Yes, Holly's chosen the alien.
OK.
Please.
You've gone for the picture of the alien. Here is a clip of Patrick Moore talking to a man who can genuinely speak alien.
Mr. Bernard Byron from Essex moves in a realm of the unknown which makes it very difficult for us to disprove him. And yet he has the charm, the cheerfulness and the courage which is common to all independent thinkers. How many languages can you speak?
I can speak altogether 3 of the space languages. One is Venusian, the second is Kruger, the planet Kruger 60b, and Pluto.
How did you learn these languages?
These languages have been a gift sent from me from the actual people by rays.
What about Plutonian? What does that sound like?
Plutonian is
What does that mean, actually?
That means, how are all you? I am very pleased to see you this afternoon.
What I like about that is it makes out that aliens have a concept of our hours, like they have before and afternoons.
I used to be able to speak alien, but I've got my bottom teeth grew back. OK, here is your related question. Do the majority of our studio audience believe in extraterrestrials?
What's your definition of an extraterrestrial?
Well, terrestrial is like BBC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extraterrestrials like Men and Motors, UK Living. Have I misunderstood this question?
Aliens, basically aliens.
What I don't understand about aliens is they travel millions of light years. They never come and meet the president or anything, do they? It's like, oh no, I'm going to hang out with some rednecks and have sex with them in the night.
Maybe they're more like you than you think.
Looking at this picture, why don't you get fat aliens? I mean, they can eat anything they want, can't they? They're aliens.
Jabba the Hutt, he was fat.
Yeah.
He wasn't an alien.
He was?
He wasn't.
What was he?
He wasn't real.
So you mean real
Talking about
aliens?
real ones, like this one
real
here.
ones. It is fun when people do spot aliens, though. Like what I like about... There was something a while back in Dudley, where apparently Dudley is like a hotspot in this country for UFO activity, right? Somebody rang up to say they'd seen a UFO, and they went, what's it like? And they went, it looks like a Dorito. And they when describing shapes, who gets to Dorito before triangle?
Do the majority of our studio audience believe in extraterrestrials? Yes or no, Sean?
I don't think they do. I think they're quite a rational bunch.
OK, what do you think? What are you going to go with? Yes or no?
Oh.
I think they do.
I think they do.
There's a lot of space out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go true then.
OK, I can tell you the answer is yes. 54% of our audience said they believe in extraterrestrials. Robbie Williams, Uri Geller, Krista Berg, Gloria Honeyford, David Icke, Danny Dyer, Howard from the Halifax ads. They all believe in aliens. Can they all be wrong? I don't believe in aliens, but then again, it's no surprise, because I also don't believe in gnomes, fairies, trolls, orcs, goblins, Jesus, unicorns, dragons, mermaids, wizards, werewolves, or meerkats.
I went to the zoo recently, and I did think someone should tell the meerkats at the zoo that everything's fine. All the other animals are locked up. Because they're there again. They say, quick, there's no worry about it. You're all locked away. No one's coming for you. Just relax, enjoy yourself.
Jason, David and Fern, what do you like the look of?
Married couple.
Oh, OK, you picked the bride and groom. Here is your question. 7% of British men think what is important for a happy marriage?
Heterosexuality.
Well, let's see, shall we, David? Let's see how it works out.
My dad always says that finding somebody... I mean, he's not the most romantic bloke. He says it's finding somebody that, when you're old, is going to wipe your ass. That is basically marriage.
Fern, what do you think? You're a married lady. Come on, what's the secret?
Not wearing socks in bed.
Is that the most important one?
Yes. Well, it's right down here, isn't it? 7%.
It's quite rare in this country. It's very common in America.
Lobotomy. You lobotomise her, and you train her to do simple tasks around the home, and everyone's happy. She doesn't know any better. You're out having the time of your life with John Terry.
Is that the answer? 7% of British men think not being John Terry is important for a happy marriage.
Fake breasts, good teeth.
OK, it's a kind of contract.
Oh, prenup.
Prenuptial agreement.
Is the right answer. Yes, 7% of British men think signing a prenup is important for a happy marriage. I didn't really understand my prenup, but then it was written in Vietnamese. By a sobbing father. Oh, Mr. Jimmy, why you take my little girl away? So, at the end of that round is 3 points for Sean's team, 5 points for Jason's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your first one. Most common reason to wake up in the night.
I know what wakes me up in the night. Those rumble strips on motorways.
Is it John Terry's erection?
Is it reason to wake up in the night? Is it because you're a badger? and just saw it. It's like getting highlights for a badger.
I tell you, it's weird. Well, you got a dog, and sometimes he makes like a weird. It's only happened like once or twice in its whole life, but sometimes he makes a weird noise where it yawned, but its mouth moved in a certain way, and it went, "Hello." That will freak you out, man. Hello. What the fuck is that?
Waking up thinking you need a really giant piss, but then discovering when you get to the toilet you only need a thimbleful, and then catching sight of your bloated middle-aged carcass in the mirror of the bathroom and thinking, what happened to that young lad, that Shropshire boy, so full of hope?
Oh, it's not full of hope, sorry. Needing the toilet is the right answer. Yes, the most common reason to wake up in the night is needing the toilet. I hate creeping around in the dark trying to find the way to the loo. It's bad enough in your own home, but when you try not to wake up a family of strangers, it can be very stressful. Top thing that makes Brits joyful.
Is it when you get like a fresh jar of Nescafe and you put your finger through the foil? That's quite
nice.
But I'm banned from Tesco, but it is fun.
Tomato ketchup. No, I mean, it's good with everything, even sex.
Is it Dyson hand dryers?
Yes,
I love
the
them.
new ones.
I love them.
They
Like, you
are.
know when you have to use the old ones, it just feels like you're being breathed on by a perv and you feel ripped off. Is it seeing a drunk person headbutt a self-checkout machine? I saw a round of applause from a queue when that happened. It was a heartwarming moment.
I wonder if he scanned. When he headbutted, it went... Beep.
It had to steady itself, and then there was an awkward pause before it went, unexpected item.
Is it a good old-fashioned illegal cockfight?
Being paid.
It's when you don't pay for something.
You get something for free.
It's the right answer. Yes, the top thing that makes British people joyful is getting something for free. OK, worst fashion faux pas.
Shooting Gianni Versace.
It's actually number 2.
Oh.
Is it sandwich board? You know, golf sale, or as we call it, the plywood poncho.
Oh, I tell you what it is. Is it tracky bottoms, but with shirt and shoes? Something in Manchester, I've seen quite a few blokes with tracky bottoms, like they're ready for anything. Like Jim, job interview. Like whatever happens, they're ready.
Socks and sandals.
Socks and sandals is number 2.
Is it walking into millets?
As if you pronounce it Mies. It's all right then.
It's Milles.
Mies.
It's a unisex garment.
High heels.
I would associate it with the 80s in Liverpool.
Track suits. Shell suits.
Shell suit is exactly the right answer. Yes, the worst fashion faux pas is the shell suit. I'll tell you who's going to be gutted when they hear that. Snails. Surely the worst fashion faux pas is when a ball slips out of your bikini. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Holly and Greg have 4 points, but our winners are Jason, David and Fern. They've got 7 points. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
He'll work it out, Carol Vorderman. King of the Casio, David O'Doherty. And their team captain, Sean Locke. And facing them tonight, nation's sweetheart, Peter Serafinowicz. Cheeky Scouser, John Bishop. And their team captain, Jason Manford. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys, statistics and the wonders of the digital age. Yes, this week we're talking about the internet, gadgets and technology. Did you know, for example, in a recent survey, 80% of Scottish men claim they regularly surf the web, until they were told that the fruit machine in the chippy is not actually part of the internet. 7% of 80-year-olds have used email, and it's even better for them because they love spam. 21% of people text whilst on the loo. They're on pay-as-you-go. And 47% of men would give up sex for 6 months in return for a 50-inch plasma TV. And 47% of women said, deal. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what are the top uses of the internet. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 uses of the internet. Sean, your team to go first. What do you think people use the internet for?
Well, Carol, you're on the internet.
I'm on the internet all the time. I tell you what I do. I shop on the internet. I buy absolutely everything on the internet.
You're not worried about fraud and all that sort of stuff?
No.
You're not worried about people nicking your identity and that?
No.
I bet your password is proper confusing, though, isn't it? You've got an amazing password that you've actually got to solve 3 sums to get the password.
I buy a ton of books from Amazon, but I actually go to the factory and I never ever use their website.
You just go to the depot in Leicester?
Yeah, and there's one in Germany. I just like to be able to browse and see them in the boxes and, you know...
It would be amazing if Amazon opened up a shop where you could browse.
Yeah.
I find it weird when they do that thing where they sort of suggest other things that you might like to buy because of what you've bought previously. Like, I bought your DVD at Christmas, right? And then it said, you like Jimmy Carr's DVD, you might also like a Police Academy 5 assignment Miami Beach.
Whereas actually, you'd be more likely to like Mission to Moscow, which is the 6th in the series.
But you were great in both of those films, so...
I tell you, I bought your DVD at Christmas as well, and you, quite rightly, you know, they offer you things that you think would be associated. And there's an inflatable bondage chair that came up online. But
well, there must have been some other things that you bought as well. I'll tell you what you would love.
They were also offering Mein Kampf. Jimmy, you might like Mein Kampf. It's a book by a young writer called Adolf Hitler.
999. It is, the recommendations is an odd thing because it's sort of... I don't mind buying stuff on Amazon, but when the recommendations come up, I do sometimes think, is that me? I've got to change.
It would freak you out if it happened in Tesco, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? If you were, like, buying some tuna and someone went, do you like tuna? You tried it with pasta? It's well nice. Or if somebody came and bought your shopping last minute. Like, you've done all the work, bought it, and you put your bid in for your shopping, you're lining up in Tesco and someone's gone, I think you'll find that's my shopping now.
David, do you buy anything on... You buy eBay stuff, don't you?
I recently bought on eBay a 5-foot actual-size inflatable giant penguin. And it's the first time ever in my life I have thought, wow, when my parents were my age, they had 2 kids in a house. And I have an actual-size 5-foot...
Right, let's have a look and see whether shopping is one of the top 5 uses of the internet.
Yay!
Yes! Shopping is, of course, one of the top 5 uses of the internet. The thing I love about internet shopping is when it gets delivered and you're not in, and you get to go and pick it up from an industrial estate 7 miles from your house. And on the way back, you have to drive past the shop you could have bought it from in the first fucking place. The worst thing about internet grocery shopping is the substitution. So if they've run out of butter, let's say, they bring you margarine. I've got a list of... these are all genuine substitutions that have happened to shoppers, OK? This is from the Guardian website, OK? Genuine substitutions. Someone bought some lychees and they replaced them, because they didn't have any lychees, they replaced them with Dairy Lee. Near enough, fine, OK. Headache tablets. They wanted headache tablets. They got dishwasher tablets.
See, that lie cheese, Dairy Lee isn't a real cheese, so it is technically a lying cheese.
You can't believe you're defending them. OK, this is, I think, my favourite. There's 2 more. 12 toilet rolls replaced with a pack of nappies. I imagine when the grocery shopping arrives, oh, thank God you're here. Well... OK, this is the best thing ever, OK? They didn't have any Tampax, so they replaced them with a Twix bar. It's a genuine thing. Clearly someone in a stockroom has gone, well, that's about the... Yeah. Good luck, love.
Do you know what? When you eat them, they do feel like they expand inside you,
He's talking about tampons.
Yes! Not Twix bars, ugh!
Jason, John and Peter, what else do people use the internet for?
I think social networking, although I feel like a grandad just saying that phrase, social networking.
Yeah, my granddad always used to say that.
I'll be down that pit all day. Social networking.
That's where I met your gran, you know, Bebo. Yes. I feel like an old man when I talk about MySpace. I feel like I remember when this was all MySpace and all we had was friends reunited for a fiver and we were happy, you know. It's like, have you been to MySpace lately? It's like a waste ground. It's just Tom by himself crying.
You're obsessed by Twitter. Weren't you voted the best Twitterer?
Yes.
I think you were. No, you weren't, because you Twitter all the time.
Well, I don't Twitter all the time, but just occasionally I'll think of an off-colour, weird remark about robots or sperm, and then I'll just Twitter it and see how many people react to it, you know, and...
But being the world's, best Twitter is like being the world's strongest dwarf, isn't it, really?
So are you a big Twitter fan then, Sean?
I just think, I don't mind people doing it, I just wish they wouldn't mention it. I wish they would just do it and keep quiet about it. So, what are you doing? Twittering. Shut up, don't want to know. I think what it is, it's basically digital shouting. That's what it is. Because if you were walking down the street, you wouldn't be walking down the street going, I'm going to the cinema. Yes, I'm going to the cinema. I'm going to see Avatar again. 3D rocks. Yeah. I think you're an idiot.
My issue with that, Sean, is the fact that you would clearly be brilliant on Twitter. Because that is exactly the kind of
There's
thing
someone pretending to be me on Twitter.
There is, yeah.
Someone pretending to be you on Twitter?
Yeah.
How grumpy are they?
Someone sent me something and they said, hey, do you want to stop it? I went, no, if they want to pretend they're me. I just think what a sad state their life's got into.
Yeah.
I mean, really, if you could pretend to be anyone, why would you pretend to be a grumpy, middle-aged man with a hangover?
What's weird about Twitter is the way people... Like, before, people would spot you in, doing a bit of shopping or whatever, and then you would not know that person had spotted you doing shopping, and then you'd move on. Now, I got a message over there, took me a wife, we went to Nando's and then went to see Avatar, right? Now,
you've lived... Show business has changed you.
Nando's
and then the movies.
Yeah,
it's one or t'other in the old days.
And then the next day, someone said, did you enjoy your chicken then? Right? That was weird, right, for one, that someone knew I'd had chicken. And then somebody went, you could have had a shave before taking your wife to the cinema. They were actually following me, not on Twitter, in real life.
I don't get that. They were following you in real life, and then they tweeted...
What, just come over and go? You could have... They twatted me. That's right, they twatted me.
All of you, that's going to happen to all of you who Twitter, one day your head's going to end up in a jar on someone's shelf. And I'm going to go, serves them right.
Tell you what, Sean, it's going to be your shelf. David, what are you on? Facebook or...?
I mean, I don't use... well, yeah. I mean, the main function of Facebook is to... look at pictures of your ex-girlfriend on holiday with her current boyfriend and look through 200 photographs till you find one where she's just got a slight look of regret in her eyes.
Oh, doubly funny when you know it's true.
But the thing is, it's gone beyond social networking now, because on Facebook you can farm. My wife farms on Facebook. When you plant things, then you have to go back. If we go on holiday, she's got to make sure she doesn't plant something that's going to wither before she returns. How ridiculous is that? I'm saying, get off, I want to look at porn. And she's looking at... looking at corn.
Hang on, let me just grab this. This is... These are fake Sean Locke tweets. This is the guy that's been twittering pretending to be you.
Oh, brilliant.
Didn't someone once say it takes 42 muscles to frown and even less to smile? Well, it only takes 7 to pull the trigger on a sniper rifle.
That's pretty good.
Sounds like
That's all right.
11:10 a.m. January the 3rd from the internet. If I see another bloody mince pie... ...
This is horrible. I feel like I'm in some kind of nightmarish science fiction film. It is you pretending to be you, saying it's not you.
I'll try and read some out.
Oh,
as
can you
Sean.
do
Go
that
on then,
one?
yeah.
That bottom one. Which one? Can you do the bottom one in Sean's voice, please?
Just bought a beautiful Elvis Presley Dan Buster's clock plate advertised in the paper. Be worth a fortune one day.
First time in history there's a 13-year-old girl trying to be a middle-aged man.
Let's see if Twitter, Facebook and social networking is one of the top uses of the internet. Of course it is. Of course. Yes, top of the list is social networking. Facebook is a great way to meet new friends and organise your social life. Or, if you're in a hurry, you can just have your identity stolen and let the new you worry about all that. Carol, Sean, David, what else do people use the internet for?
Online gambling. People do online gambling. I have done a bit of online gambling. I bought a mattress on eBay. Casinos are normally a glamorous environment, aren't they? Whereas most people in online casinos are eating Rice Krispies in their pants and socks, aren't they? Saying, I'm going to break the bank at Monte Carlo.
I play a bit of poker online, but I remember I was playing once about 2 o'clock in the morning and I had about 40 quid and I was winning, and then I fell asleep. And the next morning I woke up with nothing, and I thought, that wouldn't happen in a real casino, would it? They would, if you fell asleep in a real casino, they wouldn't carry on around you.
I just put a bet on for a friend of mine. It's law that there has to be a covered frontage on a bookies. You can't have an open front on a...
On the high street?
Yeah, which I guess to stop children looking in and seeing the wonderland of joy that exists inside. Dancing around, high-fiving each other.
I used to bet on the horses when I was young. I wasn't very good at it. My auntie was brilliant at it. She had a system, though, because she fucked jockeys.
And that didn't work for you?
I couldn't use it.
Just got that image of the jockeys coming on the horse. There's a chance of a shank! That'll sound fantastic.
I love that mime.
That is how you do a horse.
Do you have... Oh,
no, nice. Carry on, Carol. You
Let's see if online gambling is one of the most popular uses of the internet. Yes, it is. Yes, the 5th most popular use of the internet is gambling. The last big gamble I had with my computer was when I took it to PC World to get it mended. Jason's team, other use of the internet.
YouTube. Video.
Yeah.
You know, video.
YouTube.
What's great about YouTube is no matter what the clip is, it'll always end up into an international debate in the comments bit underneath. No matter, it'll be like Tommy Cooper doing a clip, someone will go, brilliant, oh, that is brilliant, and then someone will go, you got the trick wrong, dickhead. And someone will go, yeah, what? It's supposed to do that. Yo, fuck you, Yanks. Yeah, we saved you from the war. Fuck you. You're like, all right. Tommy Cooper, man.
Well, very often it goes, it'll be like, that's shit, with 12 eyes. Or, that's gay, with 9 It's like everyone on YouTube is stuck in a homophobic well.
And in the olden days, they'd just send it into You've Been Framed.
In a sense, YouTube is like a longer version of You Being Framed with no editor where they just show you all the shit people send in.
Oh, the YouTube clip that always gets me, or the email that goes with it, is I saw this and thought of you, because I always get my thoughts up. Like, this is really, you found a short film that captures all the complexities of who I am as a person.
And then it's a link to 2 Girls, 1 Cup. It's not in the top 5, but watching YouTube videos is still a very popular use of the internet. I find the comments under YouTube videos very informative. Did you know, for example, that you is a fag bellend? Welcome back to 8 out of 10 Cats. We're trying to guess the top 5 uses of the internet. Fingers on buzzers. Sean.
Knitting. Online knitting. I've had my desktop thing, whatever you call it, adapted so I can do online knitting.
Oh, you're really committed to the desktop thing.
Yeah, I do online knitting, and I can knit anything I want, and then in my printer I've taken the ink out, replaced it with wool. It's much better than old-style knitting. All right, not that. Is it trapdoor comparison websites?
What's that?
You know, trapdoorsupermarket.com, where you could just look at different trapdoors and decide which is the best one to buy.
Is it... well, it's porn, isn't it? I didn't want to say it, but...
Prawns?
No,
prawns.
Not prawns, no.
I was going to say, that's a bit specialist, Carol.
It's got... I think it's porn in it. I mean, the only one I've seen recently is...
Oh, sorry, you don't know, but...
No, I was just like... No, because when I knew we were doing the digital special, I thought, well, it's research, isn't it? So,
Jason, come on, we're doing the show, man. For fuck's sake.
There's nothing more difficult than trying to close a screen when your wife comes into the room. That little cross at the top gets smaller and smaller. Because you can't even look at it directly because you think, I've got to keep eye contact with her so she doesn't look at the screen. You just go, hey, love, you're all right. I think is it about there? About there. Is it there? Be all right. I think it'd be fine.
I think it's probably men who use it.
Do you think it's men that use it?
I don't think many women actually go looking for...
I think there's a lot of stuff aimed specifically... Because the thing about the internet pornography, as opposed to pornography as it used to be, in wooded areas... That's where pornography used to live. Someone would buy it at the newsagent and then very kindly leave it in a wooded area for no... And you would see a shimmer of porn on the horizon.
Release it back into the world.
There's a genre of sneeze porn, which is people who tug it while seeing ladies in the process of sneezing.
No.
Yeah.
People who obviously look forward to spring because of the pollen in the air.
Do you know what I use?
What do you use?
I use that footage of the Hindenburg disaster.
There is some women's... I don't know if you've seen this slash fiction. Have you seen this slash fiction?
I'm all over slash fiction.
Right, well, yeah, you are, right, because someone told me about it and said there's a panel show special, and there's there's an 8 out of 10 Cats one on there, right?
What are you talking about?
A group of people have written erotic fiction about yourself and myself.
It's called...
It's got like stuff like Jimmy Carr and David Walliams are having a little chat inside their dressing room. And I was reading this yesterday, right? Sean Locke walks past and he's jealous. And it always ends up with someone wrestling, right? There's always someone wrestling. Like Sean and Jimmy will wrestle over David Walliams. I know, it's weird.
It's so distressing. It's unbelievable.
The worst thing was, I thought, I'm not in any of these. I'm not even famous enough. I should be getting bummed at some point in none of these stories.
Let's have a look and see whether pornography is one of the top uses of the internet.
Gotta be, hasn't it?
Of course it is, yes. Yes, one of the most common uses of the internet is porn. The thing with internet pornography is it still has the power to surprise us. The other day I saw something that shocked me. It was one man having sex with one woman. I couldn't believe it. There was no gangbang, no DP, no anal, no dwarves, no three-way, no water sports, no girl-on-girl, no gagging, no rimming, no granny fanny, no DV, no DA, no she-males, no MILFs. No one looked barely legal. It was just a man having sex with a woman. I thought, who comes up with this crazy shit? OK, one more thing to get. Sean.
Gaming. Computer gaming. They play games, don't they, people? That's all I know. You take over. I don't know any. I've never played a computer game.
That's when you can play a game with somebody remotely, is that right? As
Yeah.
opposed to buy something and just do it in your own house.
Yeah, you'll play like if you're sick of playing FIFA against the computer, you can get beat by a 10-year-old in China instead, and you can hear him laughing at you, making fun of you. It's like being back at school, being bullied in your own living room at 2 o'clock in the morning while someone's calling you a prick because you just shot them on Call of Duty. That's basically.
I play Call of Duty and I'm terrible at it. I'm like, I wish I was good at it, but it's such a demoralising experience for me. You know, they're all going around shooting and winning, and I'm sort of... I suddenly trip over and stab myself with the bayonet. I'm like, how's that even possible in the game?
I've no problem with people playing computer games. Just people who think it's like a grown-up and a sophisticated thing to do. It's just a much more expensive version of Hungry Hungry Hippos.
But the problem with this is that it's because you've got this online gaming with the Xbox and stuff. You've got kids going out but staying in. So you've got, they're with all the mates, but none of them are going anywhere. They're all at home, and we wonder why they're all little fat bastards. They haven't moved. They never meet each other.
No. David, do you play online games? Have you ever?
No, my father bought us an Atari 2600 when we were about 6, and my brother and I got horribly addicted to it, so I never, ever went back.
Didn't your dad not buy you a computer because he said...
He said they hadn't been invented yet. That's what my dad said. You can't have a computer, Sean. They haven't even invented yet. But they've got this new thing, it's called a bicycle.
You can't have that either because they're expensive. Let's have a look and see if gaming is one of the most popular things to do on the internet.
Up there.
Yes, of course, gaming is one of the most popular things to do on the internet. World of Warcraft is set in the world of Azeroth, a remote region tucked away behind the hills of Bedroomia, far beyond the sea of Lonelyonia, by the bleak forest of Masturbatoria, never once visited by the Girlfriendians or the Showergellians. So, the top 5 uses of the internet are social networking, shopping, porn, gaming and gambling. And that should be enough to get you through till the sandwich guy comes in at 11. The iPad can browse the internet, play music and movies, has a 10-hour battery life and 64 gigabytes of memory. Yes, but can it do this? No, it bloody can't. And people often check the internet for health tips. I looked up a health problem on the internet the other day. I'm too embarrassed to tell you what it was, but I will say they were incredibly helpful on mygiantredbollock.com. At the end of that round, Sean, Carol and David have 3 points. Jason, Peter and John have 2 points. Our next round is Pick of the Polls. Sean, Carol, David, what do you like the look of?
We'll have a downloading.
Oh, yeah, we like
Downloading, OK.
Yeah.
You've chosen the download icon. Take a look at this clip from 1992.
Jenny, hold up. Look, I brought a disc, and we could copy this. All we gotta do is... Whoa.
Did I hear you right? Did I hear you saying that you're gonna make a copy of a game without paying? Come on, guys. I thought you knew better. Don't copy that floppy.
But I just wanted to make one copy.
You say, I'll just make a copy for me and a friend. Then he'll make one and she'll make one, and where will it end? Don't copy that floppy. So let me break this down for you. To do the right thing is really simple for you. The copyright law, it will tell you what to do. Buy one for every computer you use. Don't copy that floppy. Don't copy that floppy. See ya, I'm out of here.
I have learned my lesson through educational hip-hop right there. I am never downloading anything again.
Well, the question is, do the audience, we asked them before the show, do they think illegal downloading from the internet is stealing, yes or no? But I should add, we asked them that question before we showed them the clip, because obviously now they know better.
Well, it's stealing, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody knows it's stealing.
Yeah, but do they think it... But is it really
I think it's really
stealing?
It is really stealing. In fact, this is one of the few things I'd say they should have the death penalty for. Death penalty, because the death penalty, I don't think it's a deterrent for murder, because I think people will murder in deep passion, they think they won't get caught, whereas if you thought you could get beheaded for downloading a film, you go, maybe I'll just rent it. If it's genuine, it would work.
Have you ever illegally downloaded something?
Yeah,
be honest.
I have illegally downloaded stuff, but I, you know, at this point in time, I definitely buy...
You should be taken from this place to a place of execution, where you should be hung by the neck until you are dead.
I still buy more music than I've ever bought before. I'm still consuming more music, albeit in slightly different ways. Times are changing, buddy, you square. This is the 90s. I mean, it's tricky, though, because, like, is it stealing?
Yeah.
Like, but it's stealing from a shop called Free Music. And it's a shop that in the past has ripped you off for the last 20 years, so...
Well, like my brother said to me the other day, he said, oh, will you meet me mate, Jim? Like, he just wants you to sign his copy of your DVD. So I said, yeah, all right, no worries. So I've come round, and it's a pirate copy. My DVD. That he's gone and actually printed the script, like the cover and everything, and gone, can you sign that? I've gone, no, I can't bloody sign. In the end, I just signed it, Jimmy Carr. There you go, deal with it. That's how it works.
Have you ever illegally downloaded anything?
I don't think so, no, but I do download apps, but I pay for those all the time. I love the apps.
You loving the apps, yeah.
I'm loving the apps on the iPhone. My favourite is iFart at the moment. I know it's childish, but it's caused me a lot of laughs.
What does that do?
49p. It's great. It's great. It's
49p? You could have brought Sprouts.
Downloaded iFart. It's got all the different sounds, and they've given it, like, squelcher, squeezer, rabbit thingy, da-da-da, and they're all different fart sounds.
You're the real Carol Vorderman. Did we book the wrong... Because I wanted to book the clever one off the show with the numbers.
So
Who did we book? Who's she? Downloading. Sean, presumably you've never downloaded the...
look at him. Look at this. Of course he's never downloaded. What do you expect him to have, like a USB port in his arm or something? Look.
No, whatever he said.
OK, do the audience think illegal downloading from the internet is stealing? What do you think?
Not.
You
probably don't.
You're going to go for?
I think they don't.
You're saying no? What are you going for, Jason?
I think yes.
OK, I can tell you that 59% of our audience think illegal downloading is not stealing. People say you shouldn't buy illegal copies of DVDs because it funds the drug trade. But if you can't make money selling heroin, you really should try something else. Jason, Peter and John, what do you like the look of? What about the robot?
Let's go with the robot, I think.
OK, you've picked the robot. Here's a clip of Tomorrow's World to illustrate your question.
June the 16th, 1976.
Show his lordship in, Mabel.
Introducing Mabel, the robot housemaid. Begin the day with Able Mabel. She'll wake you at your preset time. She'll bring your morning tea brewed just how you like it. Ironing, forget it. Leave it to Mabel with her computer understanding of textiles. She'll do your shopping too, and more economically with her analysis of market trends. Mabel, the multi-fingered robot whose hands combine the strength of a gorilla with the sensitivity of a watchmaker. Mabel will make 1976 a real leisure year. Buy Mabel now.
OK, that was Able Mabel. 19% of people would swap their partner for a robot. Is that true or false?
It depends on the robot, doesn't it? You know, like that box, you wouldn't want that. No one would want that, would you?
I think 90% of women might swap
her
husband for a robot, but the other way, I don't know if you'd swap your wife, because...
Well, they are.
Because
women already are. You've only got to go to Ann Summers. They're already on the way to swapping us for machines. Once women learn how to carry heavy stuff, we're finished with...
Sean, what do you think? Would you swap your partner for a robot?
No, I wouldn't do that. That would be crazy. And I don't imagine I'd trust the person who offered me that deal. Someone came up to me, they said, would you swap your partner for this robot? I'd say, I don't know, there's going to be a catch in here somewhere. I'd say no. I'd say, no, I'm going to go to a wife-swapping robot comparison website. See if I can get a better deal out there.
19% of people would swap their partner for a robot. True or false?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You've got to read it the other way around. That means that, what, 81%.
Well done.
And that's the point. Pressure was on there. He jumped in my head. 72. I said, no, I know it's not 72. But my head was going like, Carol's there, she's going to fucking laugh at you.
19% of people would swap their partner for a robot. True or false? What are you going for, Jason?
I think false. You think false?
I think it's true, but you go with it. You haven't been married as long as me.
False.
You're going false. OK, you're going false. What are you going to go for?
False.
You're going false? OK, I can tell you the answer is true. No. 19% of people would swap their partner for a robot. Of course, if I were to replace my girlfriend with a robot, I wouldn't want her to be simply tossed on the scrap heap. I'd want her to be covered in old fridges so she couldn't get out. So at the end of that round, I can tell you it is 4 points for Sean's team and 2 points for Jason's team. Join us after the break when we'll be finding out the top Google search of 2009. Welcome back to the 8 out of 10 Cats Technology Special. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. Most annoying thing about new technology. Go on.
The most annoying thing about new technology is that whatever you get, and no matter how great you think it is, in 6 months' time there'll be one that's 15 times better than it out for half the price. So, like, you're there with your phone, check out my new phone. And then you meet someone about 2 weeks later and they go, oh, yeah, mine's got invisibility cloaking device on it.
I have seen your phone, though, and your phone is spectacularly bad.
I brought my phone into a shop recently, and the guy went, this is from 2004! And he got the guy, look, it's from 2004! Like, it's the oldest thing he had ever seen. It was like, 2004!
Did he get all the other phones to come and meet its dad? Come and meet your dad!
OK, most annoying thing about technology?
DVD players that don't play all regions of DVD. You don't play all regions of DVD, you are racist.
Sean. Oh, go on. Go on.
You know what really annoys me at the moment? My C button on my keyboard, because it won't click down properly.
Oh, of course.
And it just annoys
And
me
also...
every morning when I log on, and then when I didn't, and it... Oh, God.
Well, I think that's particular to you, Carol.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something that generally, if they polled, they would say it's Carol's C button on her keyboard.
No, I know what it is. It's kids at the back of the bus or on trains and that playing shit music through their phones.
Yeah.
And because they're well-hard, you can't even go over and say... you go, listen, if I wanted to... The only way of doing it is to go up and go, oh, man, Usher is wicked, man. And then... that really hurt, that. I'm not gonna...
I love the fact that you think kids on a bus listening to Usher are automatically hard. Just give the fucker a smack.
It's something that used to be done by a human being that's been sort of, you know, automated.
Telephone, automated helplines.
That is the right...
Yeah, well done.
Yes, the most annoying thing about new technology is computerised phone lines. Not getting reception is a common annoyance. They should make sure that there's an area in every street where you're guaranteed phone reception. And to mark the spot, they should put up a little box. And so you can see it, they should paint it red. And they should call it a phone box. Top Google search of 2009.
Is it Tiger Woods?
Ah.
Tiger Woods is a very good answer.
And a
I'll tell you
late
where
finish.
He's not in the top 10.
Really? No, because it was after, wasn't it? It was Christmas time. For 362 days of the year, we thought he was a lovely bloke and not a randy bastard. So for the last 3 days, yeah.
I was born like 12 days before Tiger Woods, and so I always compared my life to his life. And the thing I always had over him was, yeah, sure, he's won all those golf tournaments, but I've been off meeting the ladies. Now it turns out I got nothing.
The worst thing about the whole Tiger Woods thing for me was the way the media kept referring to his 6 mistresses as his 18 holes. I hated
You know why? Carol like that because it had a little bit of maths in it. OK, a top Google search of 2009.
Michael Jackson.
Oh. Yeah.
What is that?
That is the right answer.
Yes.
Yes, the top Google search in 2009 was Michael Jackson. Of course, Michael Jackson wore one white glove because he was a part-time snooker referee. In the Thriller video, there are some amazing special effects. At one point, he kisses a girl and looks black. I don't know how they did it. Extraordinary. OK. Most confusing technological term.
Oh, good grief.
Winston Tager coded file.
I beg your pardon?
Well, I just made it up, but it's pretty confusing, isn't it?
Mouse. I think mouse is a stupid... I call it a hamster. And I don't call it a mouse mat, I call it a hamster carpet.
Actually, now, technically...
They broke the mould when they made you, didn't they, David? Total maverick.
No,
You
but
play
you're...
by your rules, or you're not playing at all.
The one that confuses me online is page 404 not found. I go, well, I want looking for page 404. is looking for naked pictures of Megan Fox.
I think it's got to be that thing that was about a year ago, and then it stopped being something, which was the toggle. Everything was a toggle. You suppose your USB thing, you had the toggle.
Dongle.
Dongle, that was it, the dongle. See, it was so confusing, I didn't know what
Yeah, because they're hard. They don't dangle. The dongles don't dangle. They're actually hard, aren't they? You put them in.
A dongle doesn't dangle because it's hard.
Sounds like the start of a folk song. Oh, the dongle and dangle, 'cause he's all in time. Oh, dongle, go dangle and down.
I can tell you, a dongle, the right answer.
Oh, what about the other jokes?
The right answer. Yes, according to the survey, the most confusing technological term is dongle. If you're not sure what a dongle is, it's a thingamy about the size of a doodah that lets your gizmo fiddle-faddle around with your whatchamacallits, usually via a USB port. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Carol and David have 4 points, Jason, Peter and John have 1. They've got 5 points. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.